hopefully after class I won't have anybody ask me questions and I can get it done. Whatever.
I'm used to it.
I figured that would get a whatever. Whatever. All right. Now what? Factor out -2. So that's going to be -2. And then that's going to be x squared minus 7/2 x plus blank is equal to 6 plus 2 times blank. Oops, sorry, -2. And now that we have a 1 right here, what can we do? We can complete the square. Now, complete the square. And the reason I'm writing this like this is because what comes first? Factoring out comes before complete the square. And I guarantee you, some of you have tried to do it the opposite in your homework, and you've gotten the wrong answer, or you've gotten mixed up. So, -2 times, and then we take 7 divided by 2, divided by 2 over 1, which means we multiply it by what? 1 over 2, and then we what? Square it. So what's 7/4 squared? 49 16. 49 16. And what will that give us? What will it always give us? Shortcut number 1, or in this case, what? Number 2. It'll either give us number 1 or number 2. And that's going to be x minus 7/2 quantity squared. Or 7/4, sorry. Is equal to 6 minus 49/8. -2 times x minus 7/4 quantity squared is equal to 48 eighths. Somebody, I can't do eighths very well. 48 divided by 8 should be 6. -2 times x minus 7/4 quantity squared is equal to negative what? Do we have x-intercepts?
No.
Yes, we do. Gotcha. I was wanting y'all to take that bait. How do I have x-intercepts? You told us that -1/8 tells you no x-intercepts. But what else did I tell you? What do I have on the other side? A negative what? And that -2 is going to cancel out the negative, so you do have x-intercepts. I told y'all that. But y'all didn't listen. And we know whose fault it is. In that case, it's my fault, right? When y'all don't listen, it's my fault. All right, so finish it. Vertex, find the x-intercepts, sketch it, find all the stuff that we talk about. Increasing, decreasing, all that stuff.
Okay. No question.
I'm not answering questions.
If you want.
Whatever.
It says it's wrong.
You still on that problem? Okay, they must want the finished product. Take square root of 2 squared would be what? No, they don't want that. I don't know what they want.
What do you think is wrong? That's wrong.
Go to another problem and let me look at that after class when I can think about it.
Can't think about it.
Not with completing the square, and
That's all.
no, that question is not one of my questions. This next test, you're gonna have rationalizing the denominator and complete the square. And that's about it. I'll throw 2 or 3 problems on there to bring your average down, but mostly it's gonna be complete the square.
All you want us to do is say,
Yeah. See, if you fail, then I don't have to teach Math 111 next day. I can just teach this class over and over and over. Kind of like that Tom Cruise movie I watched last night. I fell asleep halfway through it. It was the one where he plays the same day over and over, kind of like Groundhog Day. Yeah. It was really weird.
yeah, we went and saw that last time and makes you think.
Yeah. It does make you think. I've seen the first one a long time ago.
Because then the city was all like burning up and then like, and all people were like, oh my God, so much together.
Yeah. We can't talk much about that movie because somebody would say, all the ACLU is that you're trying to control it about. Which is okay for, it's not this long.
I mean, it was so real. 'Cause I mean, she was hugging her brother, and all of a sudden you're like, whoop.
Just be careful who you talk to. Has my class gotten smaller or what? We did.
Stiff fire.
Yeah, I know. All right, so my vertex is 7/4 and 1/8. Vertex form is f of x is equal to -2 x minus 7/4 quantity squared plus 1/8. And that's what you would be asking. This is what you would be asked for in your homework or test. You'll be either asked for vertex or vertex form. Now we're going to solve. -2 times x minus 7/4 quantity squared is equal to -1/8. Now I'm going to divide this side by -2. And I'm going to divide this side by -2. -2 over what? 1. And that goes out. X minus 7/4 quantity squared is equal to -1/8 multiplied by what? -1/2. X minus 7/4 quantity squared is equal to 1/16. This is a close question because it's coming out nice. Usually my made up questions don't come out nice. So you might want to circle this one. Now I'm going to bring this over to the next page because I want to do a few things on the next page. So we'll copy that. Go to the next page. All right, so we're going to finish it. And now to take the square root of both sides. X minus 7/4 is equal to 1/4, and that's positive, negative. X is equal to positive or negative 1 plus 7/4. And what's 1 plus 7? Over 4? So that's one x-intercept. -1 plus 7 is what? 6/4 is? That's the other x-intercept. What was my y-intercept? What? And our vertex, give it to me again. I'm sorry, what? 7 over 4.
Whatever.
And what?
Whatever.
What happened? Bird?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what that means, don't you? Dang old exorcist. Dang old birds going into the dang old windows of the church. Huh? Dang old Satan.
Were you eating the food that we had from?
Where?
The answer to the food that we had?
1 plus 7, negative 1 plus 7.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready to what? Sketch it. 0, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 0 or 7/4 is what? 1 3/4 and 1/8. 1 3/4 and 1/8. And I'm going to color my x-intercept red. 2, that's 1 is right here, and 2 right here. And 3/2 is 1 1/2. Okay, I gotta move that 1 1/2. I need to move that blue one over a little bit. Oh Lord, it's not gonna let me move it. Let me just erase it. That's why graph paper is so important. 1 1/2, 1 1/2 would be right there. So 1 3/4 would be right in here. And domain is equal to all real numbers. Range is equal to negative infinity to what? 1/8? Y'all help me out there. Increasing from negative infinity to 7/4. Decreasing from 7/4 to what? Line of symmetry always goes through the vertex. All right, ready for another one?
So 7/4 and 1/8 right here, right?
No, 7/4 and 1/8 is the,
Vertex.
which is your highest or your what? Lowest point. In this case, it's the highest point because it's opening downward.
And what do you guys think?
X-intercept is 0, 2, and 0, 1 1/2, or 1/2, 0, 2, 0. All right, let's do an error. After this one, we'll go work some homework problems in your homework, like we did the other day. No sneezing, please. Whatever. All right, start you off. 1/2 x squared plus 2x plus blank is equal to -8 plus blank. Factor out of 1/2. X squared plus, what's 2 divided by 1/2? 4x plus blank is equal to -8 plus 1/2 times blank. Okay, what's half of 4? 2 squared. I tried to make it easy for y'all. But I guarantee you, somebody messed up the 2 divided by 1/2.
Yo, that's not one.
Okay? Let me ask you a question.
Oh, I got it.
Did you write this out like this? Did you go 1/2 divided by 2 over 1? Did you start off like that?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
You did? You did this? You wrote this out?
No.
That's usually why. People will not write this out. They already know it. And they get 1. You don't know it. If you got 1, guess what? You don't know it. Because what do you do when you divide by a fraction? Multiply by the what? Did I do it wrong? I suck. I thought I did. I thought you multiply by 2. No, I'm right. I got to pull out 1/2, divide by 1/2. I'm sorry. I was thinking of what y'all do. I did it right. I wrote it down wrong. 2 divided by what? 1/2. What is 2 over? 2 over 1 divided by 1/2. Now what do you do when you divide by a fraction? And what is 2 divided by 1/2? 4. People do not write this down because they don't need to. And what happens when you don't think you need to? You get it wrong. So take 2. When you factor out something, that's division. 1/2. 2 over 1 divided by 1/2 is 2 times 2. 2 over 1 times 2 over 1, because this flips over. You get 4. And this is shortcut number what? 1, Hubert. Yep, shortcut number 1. So you know your shortcut. 1/2 times x plus 2, quantity squared, is equal to, what's 1/2 of 4? What's -8 plus 2? Do we have x-intercepts? No, we do not. So our y-intercept is 0, 8. My vertex is -2 and +6. That's my vertex. And we do not have no x-intercepts. But we'll go ahead and finish it out in terms of I, just so you'll know how to do that. Okay, now it's not going to let me copy it. It's going to copy the whole thing. Now, will you tell me what's the difference in what I did a while ago and this?
I think it only does that whenever there's a lot of writing and all that.
Well, it shouldn't do it. It should do the same all the time. It shouldn't pick and choose what it wants to do.
But when there's so much writing all three around, and that's
Okay.
just with stuff that just wrong.
Anyway, so So divide, I'll go ahead and divide, I can do that. Divide by 1/2, divide by 1/2, which means you're gonna multiply by what? 2. That's gonna give you x plus 2 quantity squared is equal to what? Negative 12? X plus 2 quantity squared is equal to negative 12. Take the square root of both sides. X plus 2 is equal to the square root of 12, I. X is equal to I times the square root of 12 minus 2. Now they don't like it written that way. The way they want it written, I don't care. But they want it written negative 2 plus square root of 12 I. That's the way they want it written. And make sure you put that little tag right there to make sure this I is not under the radical. Because that will get you on a test, especially if you have a SA instructor. And SA does not mean stupid. So let's draw this one. Somebody tell me what the no x-intercept, what's the vertex again? And what's our y-intercept? 8. And which way is it opening? The 1/2 is positive or negative? That's why we don't have any x-intercept. So our domain is all real numbers. Range is whatever this is, negative, is that 6 to infinity? Decreasing from negative infinity to negative 2, and increasing from negative 2 to infinity.
Go back one.
Say again?
Go back one page.
One screen. Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't break that square root of 12 down anymore to like 4 on the square
You
root?
could.
No.
I'm not worried about that. I don't care too much about putting it in terms of I, but some teachers do. And you've got to learn how to do that. So you do it however you want to. If you wanted to do square root of 12 in your calculator and put positive or negative, 3.4 or whatever it is, you can do that. But that's something that that is up to the instructor that you have, or the directions in the book, or the directions on the test. Always look for it.
How'd you get square root of 12 again?
Up there, negative 12. Square root, take the square root of both sides. And the square root of negative 12 is the square root of 12 times the square root of negative 1. And negative 1 is I.
Compared to the 6 that we have.
Hold on.
Like 2?
Right here. How do you get rid of multiplying by 1/2? Divide by 1/2. When you divide by 1/2, you multiply by what? 2. Multiply by the reciprocal. Yeah, just come on in whenever you want to. You had time to get your coffee, but just come
Did you want me
late.
to fall asleep in the corner?
Yeah, we could take pictures of you, make fun
Please
of
don't.
you.
Don't post it on Facebook, dude.
All curled up in the fetal position. This is what algebra will do to you. You see how I got it now?
I do.
All right. So there's 2 more questions. I think how many? Somebody count up how many completing the squares. How many have we done in class? Anybody want to estimate?
6,000.
6,000. I think it's more than 3 or 4 and less than 6,000. Just count. You can be off by 1 or 2, that's fine.
Somewhere between 12 and 14.
12 and 14. There is no excuse for you not to be able to do complete the square. But we're going to do some more because I'm going to pull up some of your homework problems and we're going to see what you have to do for homework. Huh?
There's, that is crap.
That what?
That is crap.
What is?
Our homework having complete.
Why?
Well, 3.3 would have
Have you
hard
seen
as
3.2?
bad as in a book.
Yeah.
For,
Who do you think made it?
Well, let me just tell you, if you think it's completing the square, you have lost your mind.
It should be.
for a lot of those problems on the show, 3.3 was easy.
Hold on a minute. Let me go to the homework and look because if there's something wrong,
Okay, go to number.
I've told y'all not to look at the directions because you're going to do everything complete and square. If there's something, what the heck is wrong with this?
Go down. Go down.
Go down.
3.2.
3.2. Okay, I don't.
3.2 is a mess.
Go to number 3.
I picked 4. She says go to 3. If I pick 3, she'll say go to 4.
No, it's a on 3.
What?
Just go to
It's a on 3.
Just it.
Okay. All I want you to do is do the quadratic. I bet do the complete the squares. All I want you to do. I don't care what they have.
But we have to get it right on here.
Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna do complete the square. Then we'll look back and see what they asked for. What's the problem?
Let's do that.
Hold on.
Well, mine.
X squared minus 4x minus 10. X squared minus 4x minus 10. X squared minus 4x minus 10 is equal to 0. X squared minus 4x plus blank is equal to 10 plus blank. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Add 4. X minus 2 quantity squared is equal to 14. Vertex is 2, negative 14. Y-intercept is 0, negative 10. And x minus 2 quantity squared, well, that's going to be the square root of 14. The square root of 14, square root of 16 is 4, so the square root of 14 is what, 3.8? So x minus 2 is equal to positive or negative 3.8. So x is equal to 3.8 plus 2 is 5.8. That's one x-intercept. The other x-intercept is going to be negative 3.8 plus 2 is negative 1.8. So there's my x-intercepts. There's my y-intercept. There's my vertex. So now I can graph. And that's going to be 0, negative 10, be right in here. Vertex is 2, negative 14, which will be right in here. 5.8 is right in there. And negative 1.8, mine's way off.
Damn,
2
Speedy
down here.
Gonzalez, slow down.
There we go. There it is. Now let's see what the question asks.
Nobody, you're like,
Question is, what is it asking for?
you have to rewrite the equation.
Write the function in what? What's that called? Vertex what?
X minus H.
Vertex form. Okay, let's look back and complete the square. Where is vertex form? Right here. F of x is equal to x minus 2 quantity squared plus minus what? 14. What else does it ask for? Forget the vertex. Where is the vertex?
0.
Right here.
And what's that 0 negative 10?
Y-intercept. What else does it ask for? Graph the equation. Did we do that? Right there. What am I trying to get y'all to do on every single problem in your homework? This. If you do this on every single problem, there isn't a question they can ask you that you don't already know. That's the whole point of me giving you all these problems. By the time you finish 3.2 and 3.3 homework, you will be very proficient at completing the square. Period. Now, I did that in a hurry for one reason. To show you how quick you can get these answers with completing the square. Some of you would still be punching in problems on the calculator using quadratic
If
formula.
we did it that fast, we would get it wrong.
No. You ever seen somebody play the piano very fast? How you think they did it? Say it one more time, I didn't hear you.
That's what I did.
But you've been doing it for years and years and years. It don't count.
Okay, I guess it takes 19 years for y'all to get that fast.
Yep.
No, it doesn't. It takes probably one semester of doing homework.
We're not done with this semester.
Okay. All right, y'all see what I have to work with?
Hey,
Let's do another one.
don't complain.
Yes, I'm very happy to work with y'all. At least I don't have NASA engineers. I can't handle that. All right, 2x squared minus 6x minus 9. All right, I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes.
What number is this?
Number 6. And I don't care what they want. I want you to do everything. Everything.
6x plus
2x squared minus 6x minus 9. All right. That was 2 minutes. Y-intercept is what? 0, comma, -9. 2x squared minus 6x plus blank equals 9 plus blank. 2x squared minus 3x plus blank is equal to 9 plus 2 times blank. What's half of 3? 3 halves. 3 halves squared is 9/4. 2 times x minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to 18 halves plus 9 halves. 2 times x minus 3 halves, quantity squared, is equal to 7 halves. check my math. Everything look good? I'm gonna do it.
Well, you didn't need the line, but
I know, but I want 0, -9. Get over it. 0, -9. All right, what's my vertex? 0, -9 is my y-intercept. What's my vertex?
302,
-27 over 2. Okay, vertex form, f of x is equal to 2 times x minus 3/2 quantity squared minus what? 27 halves. That's vertex form. Now we can solve it. So divide by 2 on both sides, which means you're going to multiply by what? 1/2 x minus 3/2 quantity squared is equal to 27 over what? 4. And then square root of both sides. That's going to give you x minus 3/2 is equal to positive or negative square root of 27, which is what? 5.2 over 2. X is equal to positive or negative 5.2 plus 3 over 2. That's what I meant, 5.2. Somebody take square root of 27. What is it? 5 point what? 5.19. It's a miracle.
no, I'm saying you put 5.2.
I know, but I meant 5.2. I don't know where
No,
I
I'm
got.
talking about like plus 5. What is supposed to be plus 3?
Yeah,
That's what
I was. I'm sorry. I was doing the square root in my head.
And then another thing. How come you divided by 2 and then on the other side you times
Uh-huh.
by
When you divide by a fraction, you multiply by the. I'm gonna have to get y'all some recall medicine. Yeah, Madderall. What's 5 plus 3?
6 and 8.
You want to use your fingers? Heck, God, I play football. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8.2 divided by 2 is 4.1. So that's one x-intercept. Negative 5.2 plus 3 is negative 2.2, be 1.1. Sketch it.
You do have a graph right over there.
Okay, over there.
Who's saying
You're changing, whatever. 0, 9. 0, 9 is right there. 3 is 1/2 and negative 2 will go into 27. Dang old what? 13 times? So that's negative 13 and a half. So 1 and 1/2 negative 13 and a half, be somewhere in here. X-intercept is 4.1 and negative 1.1. Something like that. The questions they asked for, write the function in intercept form. That's A. B is what? Vertex. There's B. And C right there. Let's look at some more in the homework. Got to get the roll on this last problem. I know some of y'all are going to go into convulsions, but you'll be all right. 6 minutes. You should be doing these in a minute.
We're not.
Some of y'all may. Now you don't have to do complete and square for this one, but I think y'all can figure it out. I mean, because it's P of x is equal to x minus 13 quantity squared. You know that it has a horizontal shift of what? 13 to the right. Does it have a vertical shift? No.
So it would just be minus 13.
Yep. What's that one? What's the horizontal shift? 4, so that'd be 4 to the left. What's your vertical shift? 1 up. And what does this negative mean? It's going opening downward. And what does the 4 mean? Skinny or wide? Skinny. The vertex is opposite of both, or not opposite of both because it's in the other form. So it's going to be negative 4 and positive 1. Negative 4, comma, positive 1. You probably want the little parentheses. I'm not worried about that. Yep, negative 4 and 1. Hold on, let's finish this. Domain and range. What's the domain? All real numbers. What's the range? Negative infinity to what? To 1. Yes, what's your question? What number? Well, I want the class to look at it.
Well, they don't need to look at it. It's a graph, and it's telling me it's wrong, but I don't know why it's wrong.
What number is it?
6.
Okay.
But your graph is not.
I know. I'm going to let them see this one, and I'm going to come answer your question. Give me a minute.
Well, just do number 6.
She has been in a bad mood this week, has she not? Taking it out on me.
Okay.
Taking it out on me. 6. All right, y'all do that one. We did? I thought it was different.
Exactly. Blaming it on you don't make my homework.
Well, I don't know how to fix it if it's the same thing, unless it looks exactly the same.
My point exactly. It's really irritating. I just want you to know that.
I'll give you the point. You got it right.
That had a lot of check to do. You had to take a break.
I don't know why it would do that. The only thing I can think of is maybe your vertex is a little bit off. I can't see because it's so small.
But even when you do 5.5, it's 2.5. And when you do 27 over 2, it's 13.5.
No, what I'm saying is when you plotted your point down here, you could have
But like
knocked
it
it off a little
shows you
bit.
up here when you graph it what you're graphing.
I don't know. If they had it where I could see it better, I can't see it. No, you can't on the answer, correct answer and other answer. You can't pull up. You can't make it bigger. Is that the same one we did? Okay. Let's do it. what was my, is that the one we did exactly? Okay, what was my let's see what happens when I plot it. What was my, I'm gonna plot it on here. What was my y-intercept? 0, -9. What was my vertex?
302,
I'm sorry, negative what?
27.
27 over 2. And the x-intercept?
4.1 and 1.1.
And 1.1 negative. Let me see what happens when I plot it. That's the only thing I can do. I don't. What was yours? What was the equation? 2x what? I'm just curious.
2x squared minus 10x minus 1.
Okay. All right, there's that. Vertex is 3. Okay. Now, I'm going to plot. It says, I guess I can plot the vertex is 0, 3 halves, which would be 1.5, and negative 27 be negative 13 what? Negative 13 and a half. Somebody check me. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to put 0, -9 for a y-intercept. Did you plot your y-intercept or did you plot x-intercepts?
And probably the y.
We'll just have to send me that problem and we'll do it. If you remind me Tuesday, we'll do it. Because we got to figure out why you got the wrong answer. All right. The rest of you, hold up until I do not run out of here like a bat out of Hades. Because I need to talk to you about something. Attendance. $110. Maybe I should just put no's and just ask who's here. Select. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, Miss Black is here. Miss Bronner is here. Miss Carey. Miss Clayton is here. Mr. Cleveland. Mr. Craig is here. Mr. Crenshaw. Fitzsimmons, you're here, right? There you are. Guffey. Humphrey Aldi's here. Huh?
You bet skip.
I ain't skipped you, have I?
I said you bounced it.
Oh, yeah. Guffey. Okay. Geimer's not here. Holly's here. Richie's here. Ryder's here. Sabakul's here. Smith is here. Stolfus. Where is she? I saw her. Will you stop it? She keeps switching. Both bones. I only see one today. Andrew's here. Vining.
Here.
Okay. And Zug is here. All right. Remind me to go over that problem with you Tuesday. The rest of y'all keep working and we will go into new material Tuesday if we get through with complete the square questions.